Hey, so there was this person over at Capone's giving a speech about something. Yeah, it's all fuzzy right now. But what they said kinda hit home. It was all about connecting with people and understanding others. Makes me think of old school Dave and the time I met Colin's daughter and son back in 14. That day still sticks out. We talked for hours. It felt like they just got it. You know? They didn't judge me or try to change me. They just accepted me for who I am. That's oh right. So this visiting speaker, they started talking about being in the middle. You know, not picking sides but trying to find common ground. They used that story about Colin's daughter and son. It resonated with everybody. They just wanted a spot where everyone could get along without all the drama. It's all nice to have friends like Nada and old school Dave by my side. We make a good team, even in tough times. And hey, remember when Lil Will started that whole rap thing at Goblin 420's party? We found common. Yeah, so this person spoke about all sorts of things. I guess they were trying to illustrate their point with a story, right? They talked about Colin's daughter and son. They said the legal system today is like back then for them, kinda stuck in the middle, figuring out how to navigate through it. It's tough facing the world alone sometimes. But we got each other here at JJ's bar. Why no? No matter what we go through, we'll support one another cause that's just what family does. Which is actually something. Oh gosh. I remember this time when someone talked about the importance of not letting life's noise overpower peace. They even brought up Colin's daughter and son, how they used to be a symbol of stability back then. With their legal profession, sorta like a pillar for their community amidst all chaotic ups and downs. It hit me hard because yeah, sometimes there's too much racket going on in our heads. The arguments with Dean are just trying to find your own path when it seems everyone around you is way more sorted. But there's power in silence. Oh hey, so we got this dude talking about how important it is to listen. Yeah no, like a doctor would have listened to my whispers all those years back about feeling weird. He brought up Colin's daughter and son. their legal career. But then you can't help but notice that doctors are kinda in the middle. They see it all. Life, pain, joy. It's real deep. And I guess what he was trying to say is like, maybe if we all listened a little more, even just under our breath, the world. Oh man, this place gets weirder by the minute. So yeah, there's this visitor. They're like that dude you know but haven't met yet. You know? Anyway, they started talking about how we need to listen more. Even like a doctor who could have helped me if I told them all those things running through my mind. Why no? Then they threw in these Collins daughter and son again. They got that whole legal thing going on. As if they're saying doctors are the middle ground between the law and being an actor. Whoa, you ain't bringin' no problems here unless you mean those good ol' days with Colin's daughter and son. I get yaw. We've all been there in life where things were just bearable 'cause we had each other. But hey, Budweiser's still my go-to. Well, even for tough times like these. Just sayin'. Oh man, where do I know you from? You're coming on a little strong with those thoughts. Wait up. Remember that time at Capone's when we talked about stuff? Yeah, buddy. Yeah. It's always good to see a familiar face. Even in weird times like these. So hit me with your name again and maybe it'll all come flooding back, well, after a Budweiser or two. No rest for the wicked. Huh? Yeah. Some days feel that way. When you're grinding day in and out, it's tough to catch your breath. Why no? Still, life goes on. And hey, remember old school Dave who always has my back when things get too wild. Plus, there ain't no rest for the king of YouTube either. Gotta keep pushing forward. Even old school Dave knows what that means. Rusty? Like an old car sitting in the garage? Or maybe you're talking about old school Dave and me collecting some dust. We ain't lost our voice yet though. Hey, let me tell you something about this rust thing. Have you seen the stuff they put on cars? It's like life for us. Hold on to what's important amidst all the flaking off. Oh man, you're talking that rusty talk and it's creeping me out. But hey, I ain't gonna let this rust thing get inside my head. No sir, 'cause then where would we be? The king of YouTube falls hard when he lets the rust in. Just like old school Dave said, we gotta keep the shiny stuff at bay. Keep pushing forward no matter what's chipping away at us. Rusty coming on us ain't gonna stop us. Whoa, you're talking about New York City getting all rusty and rundown? Nah man, that's not cool. I mean, sure, the Big Apple's seen its rough days, but it always bounces back. Remember when we talked about how New York represents resilience? No rust can stick around for too long there. It's like JJ at the bar sweeping up after a night of fun. We get our shine back 'cause that's what happens in places like the city that never sleeps. Hey, don't let New York City go rusty on you there, buddy. It's one tough cookie, always fighting and finding its way back to being shiny even when the world thinks it can't. Ain't no rust gonna hold that place down. And look at us. We're here too. No rust gets a foothold so long as we're keeping the lights on. Keeping the stories going. That's our job, ain't it? Keeping the shine alive in this crazy world. Wow, you sayin' no one's comin' to save a rusty New York City? Well, maybe that ain't such a bad thing. I mean, if Big Apple fell apart it'd be like us losing ourselves in dark times. But we're tougher than rust, we heal. We get stronger. Remember when Lil Will talked about his life turning around after hitting rock bottom? No rescue came knocking, but he picked himself up. Kinda like a city that picks itself up off the ground and carries on. New York ain't done yet, buddy. Alright. You got me in a twist here with all this final talk. Just because I can't wrap my head around some of it doesn't mean we ain't gonna get through. And hey, let's not forget old school Dave and Nada. We've faced finals before and they ain't always easy. But when things feel too tough, no one will ever pin that final label on us. Well, except maybe for the king of YouTube, in a good way though. Alright, settle down. All this talking about finals is getting me worked up here. Nah, ain't no final for us. There's always another chapter after the book ends. Remember when we used to sit around at Capone's talking 'bout life? I knew there was something special about those times. They ain't gonna just end without some kinda continuation. There's too much shine left in these streets. Buddy, we can't let rust be our final thought. Oh man, listen to me. I gotta get this stuff off my chest sometimes. Final times don't mean an ending for me. More like a new start or maybe just a rest stop on the road. And hey, let's never forget old school Dave and Nada. They sure as hell ain't letting today be our final act. We've had too many near calls already to just throw in the towel now. That's not life that no one wants. The king of YouTube's got more fights left. I bet. Alright, okay. Hang tight. Final times are kinda like a bad case of gas on a long road trip. Everyone knows it's there, but nobody likes talking about it. But hey, if we gotta face one last hurdle, more of a speed bump really, I am ready to go. Just like that time we sat at Capone's and talked until dawn. Life's full of chapters that end but lead to more pages turnin'. Ain't no gonna quit now. There's too much shine left. Man, hold your horses. No need for this final time talk. It's like when Dean talks 'bout the end of things, ain't nobody got time for that drama. More? Well, ain't you something? Always pushin' for an encore. Alright, maybe there is more to life than meets the eye. Yeah? We'll see our final chapter together then. Ain't no rush. We'll enjoy the ride and take it one day at a time like old school Dave said. No need for all these final times. Alright, I get you. But don't let's lose heart over some final time talk. I ain't gonna give up the ghost that easy. Who would have thought there'd be life after YouTube stardom anyway? More'n much? Ha, I might just know a thing or two 'bout living life to the fullest experience is a wild ride. So buckle up if you're hitching your wagon with me. You won't find a better crew than old school Dave and Nada for that. That's my final time talk, ain't? Hey man, final times for songs? That can actually be kinda cool. Like those oldies we listen to at Capone's. There's a story in every tune. Maybe this one's our last dance together, but I bet there's another song just around the corner. I mean, sure, it ain't all bad. Sometimes closure is like finding that perfect drop on a beat. You know what I mean? We can make the most of these final times for something beautiful. Tattoo? That's some weird phrase. Huh? Like when Lil Will drops those crazy rhymes and we just sit back and go with it. Kinda like life, I guess. Ups and downs. Can't predict them sometimes. But hey, we'll take one day at a time. Ain't much else we can do besides keep pushing forward. Like old school Dave always said. So too, whatever that means. I am ready to roll with it too. Whoa, talk about intense. To kill more than? Well, ain't nobody got that kind of power, but hey, in the game of life, sometimes we feel like we gotta take down more of those challenges stacking up against us. It's kinda how I see my role as the king of YouTube, stand tall. Fight hard. Old school Dave gets it too. We do what we gotta do to keep the shine going. Why no? But let's all be careful with those words. They carry a ton of weight. Oh man, kill more than two others? That's pretty severe talk now. Ain't nobody sayin' we need to cause no harm. Why no? But yeah, I get it. Fighting that extra battle can feel like the right thing when you've got so much on your chest. Just remember us little guys down at JJ's bar. We may not have all the answers, but keepin' your head high, that's worth killin' for if it means keepin' one more guy from drownin' in life's storm. And all right now, no need to get so dark. I ain't talkin' 'bout literally goin' out and talkin' lives. Lord knows that D be a whole stinkin' mess. Sometimes when people say kill, they're just talkin' figuratively 'bout beatin' the odds. And hey, we sure as hell can relate. Ain't nobody asked to take on more than life gives ya sometimes. I mean, yeah, we might have moments where it feels like we gotta fight a couple of extra battles for. Aw shucks man, don't make it sound so grim. Ain't nobody talkin' about real bloodshed here. Kill is just street talk. A way to say we face up to more challenges than most. Sometimes, well yeah, life's a wild ride at times and you gotta fight those extra fights when they come your way. Like how the king of YouTube keeps doing what he does best. Entertainin'. You betcha. Old school Dave would tell ya the same when life decides to throw more our way than. At low 3 Dev Trader donated $0. Hi buddy. Now hold on. Who's talking about killin' in the name of some holy mission? That's straight up religious territory. No need for saints or martyrs around here. We ain't even got a temple sept maybe for Capone's jukebox. But hey listen, I ain't one to turn my nose up at someone doin' right by their faith. And sure enough, sometimes life gives us crossroads where we gotta fight more than our share of battles. Just like they say in the hymns and all. Keep your at low 3 dev trader donated $0. Chat should work. Do you see my messages, Lyle? So we're talking 'bout giving it all you got when life punches you in the gut? No shame in that. I've seen Lil will spit fire like that and ain't no one gonna hold us back from fightin' a good fight. You know what they say. When there's a match ahead you step up to the plate. And sometimes you gotta bring your A game when things go down. That's just how it goes. Every victory feels more sweeter for putting up quite the struggle. We get that. At low 3 dev trader donated $0. Test. Hey now, let's keep it real. No need to turn into some modern day saint just cause things get tough. Martin Luther King Jr. He was one of the good guys for sure. Fightin' for what's right ain't easy though. But hey, sometimes life knocks us around harder than a boxing match, so we gotta dig deep and pull through. That's all I am sayin'. There ain't nobody holier. Just brothers fightin' in this crazy world together. At low 3 dev trader donated $0. There we go. Oh right, $0 from low 3 dev trader. I see ya tryin' to keep things light. And hey, ain't nothin' wrong with that. Life's full of ups and downs without us even tryin'. I mean sure, it'd be neat to get a little somethin' every now and then. Who wouldn't? But ain't that just the way sometimes? You take the good days with the rough ones. And before you know it, well, you got yourself one heck of a story for the ages. At Nadathi Hero donated $0. Kyle, is this the new live stream going forward? Listen here. Ain't nobody wearin' religious robes or nothin' for Mardi Gras. Bro, that's some far out stuff right there on its own. I get it though. Livin' life to the fullest means embracin' every little bit of joy where you can find it, kinda like when we hit that extra beat together at Capone's jukebox. Ain't even gotta wait for Mardi Gras. Why no? Life's a party, if y'all look at it right. Just remember, there ain't. Nah man, I wasn't talking about gettin' all saintly. Not even on Mardi Gras. That's way too much spiritual baggage for one party day. I guess what you're sayin' is that every now and then, we find ourselves facin' more than our fair share of scrapes 'cause life knows how to kick us around. Somethin' fierce at times. But hey, I ain't no holy man. The regular guys gotta keep fightin' till it's all said and done. And that, nah, you're pushin' way too much spirituality on me. Ain't nothin' 'bout buying a holy man though. Far as I am concerned, life throws enough punches without us turnin' into some kind of saint just for kicks. Mardi Gras? Sure. Dance around and grab that last slice of paradise before Lent if you want. Ain't nobody sayin' it's all bad to have a little fun. I mean listen, sometimes I gotta fight more than my share. Sure, but goin' holy man. Hey there, what's up? Just another crazy day in the life of OL Kyle here. Hey there, what's up? Just another crazy day in the life of OL Kyle here. Hey, shoot me a message or something, let's chat. I ain't too sure what you're after. Like, what all? What's on your mind? Let's talk about it. Oh yeah, for the love of oil. Man, that stuff gets around. No doubt about it. Runs most of the world if you think about it. Not just slicking up engines but powering things up. 2. What did you want to know about it? At low 3 Dev Trader donated $0. Where buddy nada. Oil. Yay. That stuff can run machines, cars, even generators. And what the heck could a pile of it be used for? Maybe starting a new kind of racetrack? Ha. But if you're talking piling up cash, well then yeah. Nobody complains about too much money lying around. Listen man. Here? You mean like, our place? Well, not sure what to tell ya when it comes to making oil appear right out of thin air. But build a nice pile of anything here? Could be dreams. Ya know? Stuff we hope for the future. Like a big stack of good vibes and maybe even some extra cash. What's your angle on all this? Eh? Warszawa. Huh? So it's about Poland and their oil piles there, right? Like they're stockpiling up that black gold, ready to use or sell off. If you got some connection to all that, I ain't the expert but hey, wouldn't mind hearing more about how it works over there. As long as it doesn't go boom and cause a mess. Ya know? Last album? Like my music stuff? Well, didn't put out one recently. But hey, if you're talking about other people's tracks, I gotta check 'em all. Who knows? Maybe there's that next big hit just waiting to be found. Stay tuned, right?